What is happening, people? Hey guys, today is June 6th and I'm at Kerr Lake, specifically in the Nutbush area, and I spent yesterday afternoon for about an hour and a half riding around looking for some stump submerged brush. Really did not find that much brush, but anyway, I'm going to fish these boat docks. Some of these behind me, you can see water's anywhere from 16 to 22 foot deep. So hey guys, let's turn around here and we're going to fish a few of these docks, and I'll go over some of my methods for finding these crappie up here. Never fished this section of the lake before, so this is brand new for me. And a little later in the video we'll talk about what I've been looking for and what I've done to try to locate these crappie. And anyway, stay with us. Let's go catch a fish. Decent little crappie. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that crappie right there. Boom. That's a good crappie. That's a good 11-inch fish right there, boys. Now, I changed colors. I changed to this green. I mean, that's another lake country bait. Boom. See that green in there? Good crappie. Good start to the day. Now, that just goes to show you that a little subtle change. This is the LC shad, and that is the dipstick color. See, it's got a little more green in it. And I noticed I caught some live bait this morning, and it was some, I caught some threadfin shad and also caught some blueback herring. But just a simple change sometimes of color makes a world of difference. Now, first time I threw that color under that, boom, caught a fish. So let's ease back under there and catch another. Man, he got all around the trolling motor. Boom. Another old fat crappie right there. Another one on that dipstick color. Dipstick green. Now you notice, look at the green in this fish. I don't know if you can see it in the sun, but I see a lot of green color in that fish right there. Green color in this. Hey, that's a good quality crappie right there. Now basically what I'm doing, they're under the shade of this boathouse right here, and they're in a fairly tight school, and so basically I'm pitching it under there as far as I can, and I'm just letting the lure fall. That is a 16th ounce head. It's I could switch to a 32nd, probably get a little bit slower fall. It may even be better, but that's a school of good quality crappie there. And so I'm pitching it in there as far as I can, and the fish are down about 12 feet deep, so I'm allowing it 1 and 2 and 3. Gets about 5 or 6. Then it's at the right depth. And I'll turn around and I'll tell you exactly. So at the top of the stack of fish, it's 8 foot, and at the bottom it's about 14 foot. As a rule of thumb, most of the time the fish on the top will usually bite because they're higher in the water column. Mine's a little bit smaller. I'll tell you one thing that's hurting me. There's floats under that dock. What you really want to do, if you can see the fish, or you know the fish is probably in the shadow line, what you want to do, just a little dink, that's an 8-inch crappie. what you like to do, if you got a stack of fish here, you'd like to throw past them so the lure has a time to sink kind of behind them. And then as you float the lure through them, and this is the school of fish, the lure comes through the fish like it's swimming through them. And usually you'll have one come up and bite. But the issue I'm having here is there's a float back there, and they're about under that float. So when the lure hits the float and sinks straight down, it's really out just to the outside of the school of them. And so I've been trying to find holes in the floats, or they're stair stacked under there, to try to get the lure back a little bit further. He barely was hooked. Boom. There he is. Hey, that's a good quality crappie right there. Boom. And look, I'm not doing too much. There again, you probably heard that thump. That's a float up underneath that dock. Those crappie are directly under that float. And so basically, I'm getting it back as far as I can, and I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm allowing enough slack so the lure can fall straight down in the water column. Get close to that school. And then I'm just holding it. I'm not winding it because the school is right there. So the school is here and I'm throwing, and the lure's coming right outside the outside edge of them. And then I'm tight lining. Flip the bell, tight line it. And the lure will start to travel like this, like it's actually diving down. And then some of those crappie are coming out and picking it up. So if I threw up underneath there and I started winding, what would happen? The lure would hit in the water and I would wind it away from the fish. The fish are not scattered under there. They're in a pretty tight group, like they're scared. I don't know if stripers are up here or what. I've been seeing some big fish busting the top of the water around here, so it could be some stripers in here. And so those fish are fairly tight, like shad almost. And these are fairly good sized crappie. So, you know, just remember that. You know, if they tight, get the lure under there. 1001, I mean, go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. It's down about 10 feet. Click the bell and just allow that lure to continue to fall. Now you think about a shad. If a shad's injured, what's it do? It falls really slow. Crappie thinks he's got a free meal. He swims right out there. And we got good sunlight behind us. I want you to look at that lure. Look at the green. Got green silver metal flake in that lure right there. I'm telling you, that's a killer for crappie at Kerr Lake. That green back right there. Almost looks similar to, I mean, it could mimic a blueback herring or shad. That is a killer color. And that's the dipstick. I like it. Pulled another one up out of there. Boom. Picking up just a little bit. Dennis, that's 2 on the test color. See that purplish hue in there? Man, look at that. Boom. Test color's got that violet color in it. Catching fish. So real quickly, let's go over the colors. Some of the colors that we were using today. And all these baits that we used today was primarily made by Lake Country Baits. And you know, one of the colors was the mealtime color. I'll hold that up really close. You know, looks like a shad bone. Another color is that greenback bait. That's called the dipstick color, and that is a good color. Also caught them on the killer. That's the killer color. It's blue. Got some, got a blue back, a white belly. Let's see, there was one more that we caught them on. I caught them on this live bait. Now, if that don't look like a minnow, I don't know what does. Lake Country Baits. And I'm gonna just real quickly He makes them in a blue, a Slayer color. That is a solid white. I didn't use any of the white. Normally I would if I'd had a little more dingy in the water. This is a test color, ultraviolet on the back. I think I might have caught a fish on the test color, I'm not sure. And this is the blue boy. Good color, good. Blue's always color hit, good. And then he makes it in a lemonade. So that is not all the colors. And one other great thing about lake country baits is automatically when you get your baits, inside of here there is some oil and a little bit of scent already in the bait, so you don't have to add any. So I was really happy to hear Dennis tell me that I won't have to add any. Anyway, that's just some of the baits we were using catching these fish today. Hey, let's go back and catch another fish. Ooh, nice one, boys. Woo! That was it's a pretty good one right there. You know, he hit the hair jig. Took a while to get him to bite, but that's a good crappie right there, y'all. Boom. On those docks. Catching nice crappies on Kerr Lake on the docks, baby. Woo-wee. Boom. Boom. All right, Dennis. First fish I caught on your jig. Little gray jig. Lake Country Baits tied that. Boom. Good crappie. That's a good 10-inch crappie. Now look, the fish are lethargic today. Now this dock, I'm having a vertical jig. Now there's some brush around this dock that these folks sunk. There's fish down in those that brush, but there's no way I can cast a lure in there because the boat's down, the dock's down, and they have an anchor rope or cable running down right there where that structure is. There's no way for me to throw. So what I'm doing, that's just the 16th. The old googly-eyed blackhead, that is a live bait LC shad body in the live bait. Look at that. It looks just like a minnow. And then I got 2 jigs so it'll sink fast, and that's a hair jig that Lake Country Baits tied for me. You can see I got them fairly close. And what I'm doing, because of this longer rod, the wind is terrible. It's blowing me right into the dock. So what I'm doing is I'm getting close and putting the rod over there, right over top of the brush, and just flipping the bell and letting it sink down. And that way I can take the trolling motor, because I don't have spot lock on this trolling motor. I can take a trolling motor and I can just start bumping myself, stay off the dock, because we don't want to be against the man's dock. Bump away from the dock, and I can just float that lure right over top of that brush. Now, it has to sit there before the crappie will actually start moving up and actually hit. So that tells me crappie are not in a really, fast feeding mode. They'll come over and either mouth the lure. I've had a lot of fish bump it, but not a lot of fish eat it. So let's ease back over there and catch another fish. Hey guys, we're getting ready to end this video. I hope these tips help you if you come down to Kerr fishing some of these boat docks. Primarily my takeaway today, I've never fished these docks, never fished this area. The docks that I found that either had some sort of structure, like a big stump or some Christmas trees or brush that the boat owner, or I should say the dock owner, had thrown in the water. hell more fish. Now you got to find those. The only thing you can do is go out and either fish them or go out and look for them with your live scope. Fortunately, I have live scope, so I could eliminate them pretty quick. And also, primarily, they need to have some good depth of water on them. This is the upper end of the lake, but this still kind of is in the main channel. So most of the ones, the better ones, had at least 16 feet of water on them. Not saying that 12 feet of water would not hold fish, but primarily 16, 18, and deeper will be your better docks. I hope that helps you if you come down and you fish in these docks. I would have probably fished some brush in deeper water if I could have found it, but I just didn't find it. So as I always say, be versatile when you're fishing. Always be versatile. Anyway, guys, hey, remember, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all the subscribers and ask you to comment. We enjoy seeing all the comments that you make on the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, click the notification bell so you don't miss an episode of Wildlife Adventures. And as always, you remember, it's a wild life, and I'll see you on the water.